Here's the last of the 9 colors in the Mijello Mission Gold 36 palette. So when you buy the 36 with the palette, it comes with 4 boxes like this, and I've already swatched out the other 3 boxes. This is the last of the 4 boxes. These are the ochre, the natural colors. I call them the dirt colors, kind of the dirt. I put the little dots out already so that I'll cut some of the time down on the video. Then I thought somebody might want to actually see the paint coming out. Of course, the paint that I ended on, sorry, the others were all just coming out great. This one has a watery bit. Could be oil. No, I guess not oil, but they say sometimes the fixative is there. I've heard that's both good and bad. I don't know. Normally it doesn't really do any kind of effect. You just kind of squish it around and out it comes. So it's actually very smooth. I find it very smooth. The paint's been coming out great. Comes out of the tube great. There's Ivory Black. And, oh wow. Well, I squished way more than would ever need for that one, huh? Rinse my hand. Okay. So, let's see. These are my color swatch cards. And if you're finding this, you may have already watched the other 3 videos of these swatches. But this is what I end up making. I put in the name. I put in the brand. And then I do the graduated color, and then a saturated color, and then the pigment number. So this was from one of the previous videos. It's part of the set. Okay, so today we're doing the dirt colors, the naturals. This one is yellow ochre, number 1. Oh, very creamy. A lot of times when I'm yellow ochreing, it's a little more difficult to get it on the brush than that is there. I left these so you could see the color names, but let's move this over. Oop, not enough water. So that tells you the paint is pretty creamy, thick. So there's the solid color. Let's get some saturated. Get some more water. I'm using a sable, but this sable is was out of a discount bucket. I'm not using the Da Vinci sable for this. I guess I could have. I figured I didn't know how much mashing around like this it was going to do. Sometimes when you mix colors and so forth, you don't want to use your good brushes for that. Okay, there's the first one, yellow ochre. Very pretty. It's pretty, I want to say thick, good coverage. Don't know if that's opaque. Semi-transparent. We're looking at it covering that black line there when it's thicker. Okay, moving on. Raw Umber. Another famous of the dirt colors, the naturals. Some people say they don't like these. They tend more into some of the other newer colors now. I've heard some talk about these being less vibrant than, say, red iron oxide or something like that. They are earth pigments, I believe, so, you know, less in the vibrancy, more in the dirt world, I think. I've read all kinds of things on color and pigments, and I decided stop reading about it and just put it on there and decide what you like. Decide what you like. Oh, by what it looks like. and use what you like instead of all its properties and all that. This is a really nice color. That's their burnt sienna. Okay, that's some serious sienna right there. A lot of times I try to get my burnt sienna on, and it actually takes quite a few like passes over the brush onto the paint to get the burnt sienna going. I use M-Gram paint or Winsor Newton professional paint or Sonleil paint. Next one is light red, so we're going here for light red. Let's see what that looks like. They wash out. So as compared to those paints, talking about burnt sienna being awfully easy to use there. Oh, this is nice too. Very nice. That's light red. I don't know if you've seen on my other videos. I said my painting friends had said that this Mijello Mission Gold is very bright, and I thought I really like bright colors, so let's go for it. Even in the earth world, that's very bright. So that's beautiful. That's kind of like the like a quin rust or a red iron oxide or a rust iron oxide that I have. Next one is red brown. So red brown is up next. We're halfway there. Red brown is next. That's going to be this. Very creamy, very easy to dilute. I don't see a lot of granulation in there. It looks pretty smooth. Okay, still on the camera out here, you can still see. Very nice. This is really going to be a pleasure to work with. Very nice. I'm really happy with this. Like I said, I'm an M-Gram painter. We were in Oregon and saw that it's from Oregon. We saw the Oregon shops had it. I had bought something else while I was there, and came home here to Hawaii and found out that M-Gram is readily available here in our Hawaiian graphics store. So we went for that because there's nothing like you wanting a color right and having to wait a week or something for it. So we took a brand that was here in our neighborhood and worked out for us. And that's how I started with that. So we've moved from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So red, brown. Oh, that last one is burnt umber. Okay, so this last one is burnt umber. That's a pretty burnt umber. You can see the richness of the colors. So, Mijello promotes that they are colors found in nature. Yeah. And in this set of what I call the earthy dirt colors, they did this part of nature very well. Okay, this is the one that I squished out a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Blocking your view. There you go. And this one is Van Dyke Brown. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's like a really nice chocolate kind of color. That's great. So you're seeing it for the first time. I'm seeing it for the first time. I decided to swatch these on video. And I know it's the longboat because I'm doing the 9 at a time. Instead of trying to get them into my palette and then showing you all of them at once. I'm actually working to set up the palette. Not sure where I want these positioned on the palette yet. This is Sepia. Some people say they don't use Sepia. They don't like, quote unquote, the dullness, no depth, etc. I happen to like Sepia. So I like mixing my own colors too. But Sepia is not a color I'm afraid of. I like it for certain effects. So yes, I'm M. Graham painter. Why did I switch to, not switch, but why am I testing Mission Gold? Like I said, I had a friend who said they're very, very bright. And right now I think bright and happy is a great way to go. So I'm in a bright stage and a happy stage for colors, so I think that's great. I have 8 here, 9 in the packet, so I have to get another card because I swatched out in sets of 8. All right, the last one is Ivory Black, so it's not too much. It's not too much, you know, you can be oohing and ahhing, I guess, but black. There's a little brown in there. That's what Ivory Black is, a little bit of brown. Different from lamp black. It's kind of a warm black. So if you've swatched out your ivory and your lamp, you'll have noticed that. Let's put it in thick there. See what happens when I pull it down. Maybe you can see it. It'll come out too brownish. And warm. And that's these 9 colors. Let's move this one on the side. Bring this back. And I will go through this. It's not something I originally was going to keep on there. But I had a couple people who said, oh, that was helpful for them. So it might be helpful for you. I write in the color. I write in the brand. And then I turn this over. And all of your reputable brands will give you the pigment numbers like this. And I put the pigment number in. So if you've tuned in before, you know that I've said that you can't rely on the color name, so from brand to brand, just because they say it's a certain color name does not mean that the color will look the same. So what you're looking for to get from brand to brand in color likeness is this, the pigment number. So there's a finite number of pigments, and companies mix them together to make colors. And some people are purists. They say only buy single pigments so that you can mix all your own colors, come up with things. Other people just like the colors and don't pay any attention to that part and get a color they like. I don't know. I'm a swing all over the place. So right now, I just want to paint. So I thought, okay, how about some bright paint? That's great. I see a color I like. Hey, how about that? I've also decided I'm not going to be brand specific right now. I mean, you know, I'm so limited here as to what's available. When we started out like over a year ago with watercolor, decided, okay, you know, get what's available in the neighborhood. So I've supported my neighborhood store, and I did things like this, buy this online, and try other stuff. This is Korean professional watercolors. That's what Mijello Mission Gold is. And I have some Japanese paint and Holbein paint. Started off with Holbein paint. And Painted my first watercolor 17 years ago. Then moved to acrylics. And am now back here in watercolor. So unpredictable. If you do watercolor, I'd like to know why. I'm always interested in people's story. Why watercolor? I hear all kinds of reasons, and they're very interesting. Some people, it's the beginning of their art journey, and they start watercolor. Some people make the whole gamut around to oils, and then decide watercolor. I don't know. Everybody has their story. Some are so fascinating. So you see this PBR7. In a certain brand that I have. Whoops. In a certain brand that I have. All of these colors. All of them. Burnt umber. All of the burnt siennas. Everything. It's just PBR7. So as you can see here, there's all kinds of numbers mixed together, which is why it gives you this variety of colors. So they have Mission Gold, beautiful, beautiful earthy colors here. I'm really happy with that. I'm very, very happy with the paint. I've tried White Knight's Russian paint too as well, and I really like that. And this is right there with that as far as how much I like it, the brightness. Okay, very, very bright colors. This is the 7mm tubes that come with the palette, not this palette. It comes with this palette. So it comes with these paints. I made my swatching card. It comes with this palette, the outside edges here. I'm going to modify mine with this in the middle because I have some blues also from Mission Gold that I'm going to add. But if you can get the 36 count, you'll get that palette and you'll get 4 boxes of 9 paints. So this is the end of video 4, and I'm going to go ahead and put this up on YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel. Name is the same there, Alicia DR Hankins. So these are really bright. Hi, thanks for joining. I'm just finishing. I did these. These are the last 8 of the box. 9 and the black. Can't forget black. Black is still a color. So this is the last bunch. I call them the earth or the dirt colors. But you can see how bright they are. And this will be the last of the 4 videos. And I'm going to upload them over to YouTube. And then after I set up the palette, I'll show you how that's going to go. So when I set up the palette, I made this as my palette paper to figure out where I'm going to put all the colors, which is, again, in the Mission Gold palette here. I'm used to these where I can take them out and put them in. I'm going to put the extra blues in here. So we'll do that. I'm glad that we got all this swatched out. I hope that helps you out some. And check it out on YouTube on the replay, 24 hours on the Instagram live video. Bye. Thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your day.